Welcome back everyone. This is Moni Singh back with the same chapter, that is soil, and today we are going to learn about formation of soil and agents which are responsible for the soil formation. Okay, so first of all, what is soil formation? Soil is formed from the breakdown of rocks. Okay, how soil is formed? By the breaking down of rocks. So basically soil depends upon the rocks that is found on a certain area, that decides type of soil of a certain place. Okay, and the process of formation of soil from the breakdown of rock is called weathering. So what is soil formation? Soil formation is a process of breaking down of rocks due to the action of some agents, and due to that breaking down soil is formed, and the process of breaking down of soil is called weathering. So weathering is the process through which soil is formed, and there are so many agents found in our nature that is responsible, that do the process of soil formation, that is weathering, that is breaking down of rocks. Okay, now what are those agents? First one is water, then after water rainwater, maybe river water, and wind, sunlight, some microorganisms, some plants, and some animals. All the natural things are responsible for formation of soil. So how water plays a role in weathering process? What happens? The water, either it may be rainwater or river water, that fills the gaps of rocks, that is called crevices, and those rocks, gaps of rocks filled with water, and during winter time what happens, that water freezes due to the low temperature, and after freezing ice expands. We know that ice expands. Okay, when water freezes, then it becomes ice, and ice expands after freezing. Okay, so due to that expansion the rock particles are damaged, are broken down, and maybe smaller particles of rocks come out due to that, and in that way it helps in soil formation. Next one is rain. Rain also breaks the rock particles. If somewhere it's raining and if it is heavy rain, definitely it will affect the surface of rock, and in that way it breaks the rock particles. Then wind, that blows over the rock. So wind blowing across rocks carries away rock particles. Due to heavy wind, some rock particles are also carried away along with wind. So in that way wind also plays important role in weathering in soil formation. Some plants like lichens produce acid and chloride. Lichens are found on the rocks, and those lichens produce some acid, and those acid, basically nature of acid is corrosive, that can corrode the rock particles, surface of rock. Okay, in that way it proceeds to soil weathering. Okay, breaking down of rocks. Some plants also grow on the rocks, on the gaps of the rocks, and finally its roots breaks the rock particles. So in that way plants also plays important role in soil in weathering. Okay, now some insects and worms also grow and die in the die in the rocks. Okay, so insects also play important role in the soil formation, because some insect live on the gaps of the rocks, and some worms also live on the gaps of the rock. So they do so many kinds of thing, and at the same time they may release some kind of acid, some kind of digestive juices that also damage the rock particles. In that way rock breaking down of rock takes place. Okay, but most important part for weathering, for the breaking down of rock, is sunlight. Sunlight plays main role in breaking down of rock. Now how it plays important role? It plays one of the most important role in the breaking down of rock, because when sunlight falls, then it will increase the temperature. So when temperature will increase, the rock ka temperature that will also increase. So during daytime, when sunlight falls on rocks, the temperature of rocks will also increase, so it will expand. Okay, and during night time, when there is no sunlight, then temperature decreases, so temperature of rock will also decrease. So what happens, जब day में when temperature is increasing, then rock will expand, because we know that increasing temperature expands the things different kind of solid materials expands due to heating. So rock particle will also expand. And during night time, when temperature will decrease, during that time, due to low temperature, rock particles of rock, surface of rock will contract due to low temperature, but the rate of expansion and contraction of outer part of rock and inner part of rock is different. Rate will be different. It is different. So due to uneven expansion and contraction of different parts of rock, inner and outer part of rock, finally it will break down. It will be broken and it will proceed to soil formation. Okay, so in that way, temperature difference plays important role in rock breaking down of rock, weathering, soil formation. So that temperature difference can be observed when water falls on rock. जब water fall होगा, when rock gaps of rocks will be filled with water, उस time में temperature difference can be there. Before जब water गया, उससे पहले high temperature में भी, and after when it gets water, जब water supply वहाँ किसी भी तरीके से होगा, either rain water or some other source like river water, then temperature will decrease. So uneven expansion and contraction will be take place on the different parts of rocks, inner and outer part of rock. Okay, so in that way, rocks are broken down and finally it proceeds to soil formation. Now how we can decide or how we can get to know which kind of soil is found on a particular area? So it depends upon nature of soil, depends upon the type of rocks that is found on a certain area, whether it is igneous rock or sedimentary rock or metamorphic rock. Soil depends upon the type of rock. Okay, now next is vegetation. The vegetation, the plants found on a certain area also decides soil, nature of soil, whether it is plants, herbs, shrubs, trees, which kind of plants are these. Okay, then climate also decides nature of soil. How? Climate means like desert area, hot climate, so soil usually found there is sandy soil. Rainforest, if rainforest, that means always what rain will be there, then clay soil. Then coastal areas, hills, plains. So whatever the kind of climate, जिस तरह का area है, accordingly climate will be there, and that climate also decides type of soil found on a certain area. Okay, so today we discussed about formation of soil and agents of weathering, and in next episode we'll discuss about soil profile. Okay, now you look at the screen.